Hi everyone, I want to make a short video talking about my keybinds for Diablo 4 because I keep getting a lot of questions about it and a lot of people seem to be confused about how my force move works, how the left click to move and interact works and all these kind of things. So this is during the server slam, but I think this will stay exactly as it is forever basically. So this might be relevant for you for launch so that you understand how to set it up. So if you go into the options in controls, you will have your keybinds. And there are various ways to set up your mouse. So the one that I have to is like the standard one, I believe, is the move, interact, and basic skill slot on the left click. So most people do that. But this means that, for example, if you accidentally click on an enemy, you will attack them. So here, for example, when I click on the enemy, I start attacking and I don't walk anymore. And a lot of people don't like that. They want to have like a move only button so that you don't accidentally attack when you don't want to. So what you can do for that is either force move. So in my case, I have the mouse wheel here, up and down. So this is usually how I move. This is how I've done it in Diablo 3 for years. So I move like this with my mouse wheel. And this works pretty well because I have both the left click when I want to. It's just like to chill. I can just hold left click when there's nothing around in town or whatever. But I can also do this when I know that there is the danger of me misclicking. Of course, you don't have to use the mouse wheel for that. You can use any other button. You can just hold it down and it will just make you keep walking, basically. But for example, in Diablo 3, mouse wheel was quite valuable because it also had other uses. For example, if there was a lot of loot on the ground, you could like left click, hold left click, and then mouse wheel like this. And each of those circles that you see here is basically another mouse click. So it would be very fast to loot a stack of items on the ground and these kind of things. So this is also why this can be helpful. Now, if you are a mouse wheel enjoyer, then you need to know that you actually need to disable a certain setting down here, which is zoom on mouse wheel here. This is standard checked. And if this is checked, you cannot assign anything to a mouse wheel. So you need to remove this first. Also, in case you're wondering where your zoom has gone, it's on this action wheel here. So you can still do it, but you can't do it with a mouse wheel. And lastly, there is this setting here with the combine, move, interact, and basic skill slot. So if you unbind this, then you will have actually separate settings for all of these three options. So you can see this here, there's the move only, there is the move and interact, which is what some people like to do with the left click. They want to, like, for example, click on a chest or click on a door, but do not want to click on an enemy. And you see now that here on my skill bar, there is actually no button on my puncture. So on my left click, on my basic skill, it has nothing. So when I click on an enemy, nothing will happen. I will just keep walking, but I can still open, for example, this trunk here. So there is still a way to attack, and this is with force attack. So this is by default shift. So you can hold shift and you can still attack with left click. You see this here, but there's also the move built in. So you actually like started stepping around kind of like by default almost, and you just spam click a little bit. But this is how that works. So it's not like fully force standstill, I guess, depending on how exactly you maneuver your character. But you can still do the move plus interact and attack as long as you hold down shift every single time you want to use left click, which I wouldn't really recommend, to be fair. I'm usually a shift click enjoyer when it comes to using basic attacks. So this is usually how I start step in these kind of things, but doing it on literally every single attack, every single time, that can be a bit cumbersome. So this is definitely something that you have to like figure out for yourself if you would like that. I'm not really such a fan. But you can also assign yet another button for your basic skill slot. For example, you can put this on 5 or you can put this on yet another mouse button. In my case, I like the combination. So I just do this here on left click. We have the force move. And so I have the option to either do the left click move plus attack, or I have the only move. And this is what I like the most. And while we're at it, here in the gameplay settings, I can definitely recommend you to turn on the advanced tooltip compare and the advanced tooltip information. This just gives you more info on your skills or on your items when you look at them. And that's it for this video. Hope this helped you because I kept getting so many questions. I figured I might make a little overview of what I did here. Hope you liked this one. Good luck and see you guys next time.